And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
The New Orleans Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers? Yeah.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
The playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What was it, 27-17?
17 at the half, yep.
So, I mean, 10 points. I mean, that wasn't bad.
And we played terrible. We played terrible in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, they rushed the ball at will.
Oh my god.
And for us to even to be, down 10 at the half was just okay, not too bad. Hopefully we can regroup, kind of figure out what they're doing as far as their how they're running the ball and how we can adjust, stop it. But man, we just could not stop the run. And when we tried, and when we put so many men in the box, 8 or 9 in the box, to pull it back and throw it and just gash us that away. But man, they are no wonder they're ranked 16th in the nation in running the ball. They're very good at running the ball. So I know it was tough not having Tyler Grubbs there to help out with some of those tacklings, but it showed.
It showed in the middle. Oh my gosh.
It did. I mean, Bill, it's bad when they had 2 guys that ran for over 100 yards and they almost had a third by 3 yards.
Yeah. 97 yards. Well, then they had Johnson had 77. I mean,
7. Yeah.
So what, that 475 yards.
Yeah. So whoever they put back there was just, it didn't matter who they put back there because they could just get chunk yards running the ball. And what they had, I know they had over 400. What was end up total? 425?
475.
470. That is ridiculous.
And we had
80. Ridiculous.
Yeah, we had 80.
Yeah.
It's terrible when we can't run the ball and we can't stop somebody from running the ball.
Exactly. It's just, and Bill, it's not good when, once again, our 2 leading tacklers is a safety, Jaden Cole, and our cornerback, Singleton. Those are our 2 leading tacklers. Not good anytime, you have the secondary, your 2 secondary guys being your top 2 tacklers. That's just not a recipe for winning. And, I didn't realize our run defense was that bad.
Yeah, it was bad, and then we still gave up 196 yards passing. I mean, did have an interception, but man, I mean, so we're looking at what, it's
over 600 yards,
671 yards.
Yeah, and Bill, and we've been kind of being okay with how the Scott Power defense has been so far, but man, they did not come and bring it at all Saturday. And here's the thing, and McNeil didn't play bad. I mean, he threw for over 400 yards. So, I thought Trey Harris caught the ball well, and we were moving the ball pretty decent.
Well, Smoke and Trey Harris, both, I mean, that they almost had 300 yards receiving themselves, like 478. So, my gosh. No interceptions for Parker McNeil this week. We took care of the ball well. It was just, I was jotting down some notes earlier, just looking at, once we got into the third quarter or to the end of the third quarter, it was still 34-27.
Yep, we're right there. 1-score game. Yeah,
we were right there. So about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter, North Texas kicks a field goal. So, we're in good shape, still just down by 10. We get 1 first down and we punt. Well, on the very next play, 66-yard touchdown.
Yep. And we didn't score any that fourth quarter. And it was just it was just a bad fourth quarter. We just couldn't finish. We could get so close several times. And
we only had possession twice in that quarter. Wow. North Texas managed to chew it up. Because after North Texas touchdown, that 66-yard touchdown run, they kick off.
Yep.
We do get 3 first downs, but then we turn it over on downs, and then they get their final field goal. But so I mean, we only had, we got 4 first downs in the second half or in the fourth quarter, and a punt and turnover on downs. That's all we got. That's all we did.
And that's what that's what you need as a football team. You need to be able to run the ball, because that's what can happen late in the game. You can control the clock, just keep running it at will. And that's something that we struggle to do on offense, is running the ball. And North Texas, they don't have to throw the ball for 400 yards. If they can keep running the ball like that, they're going to be they're going to be hard to beat on there in Conference USA, because if you can run like that, then you're going to win a lot of ball games.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was going to look and see what their running backs have done. So the 557 is their leading, and then that's Adai, and then Attaway has 528.
Attaway and Horton. And Horton. Yeah.
Oh wait, these don't include last
what
week's
happened
game.
Saturday.
Yeah. So they're going to have.
And that's what crazy, man. They got so many running backs that they can just plug in there and can still get yards. I mean, that is very impressive. Seth Luttrell has a very good football team on the offensive side of the ball. Of course, that is his bread and butter. He is an offensive guy, but man, that was a very good North Texas team on the offensive side of the ball. And man, that's something that we got to look out for as far as what they do, down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And, when I looked at our schedule at the beginning of the season, and I saw, North Texas, they're going to be tough. They're always tough.
Yep. They're always tough,
and
especially at Denton. That's always been tough going to Denton.
Oh, yeah. But then, we look and said, hey, we got Rice for homecoming. Rice, Rice isn't that good, right? But then
they're 3-3.
Geez, they're better than Tech.
I mean, normally Rice, you put this as you should put it as a win, but now you're like going back to the drawing board. Like, is it really a win now? I mean, this is going to be a little bit tougher game than what we anticipated. So, it's just going to be, another game to where we just don't know what Tech team is going to show up. And so, hopefully with these new uniforms, I don't know if you saw it or not, but we're coming out with the powder blue. So,
used to watch them in those a lot back in the 80s.
Yeah. So hopefully that could, it's a 2:00 kickoff. So hopefully we can get some kind of fans there.
Well, it's homecoming. So
it is homecoming. So normally that draws a little bit more. But yeah, kind of interesting to see. What's the line on that? I still haven't seen. I don't know what Vegas has, if we're even favored. If I had to guess, probably 3 or 4.
See. And it's at 2:00. So Rice -3.
Oh wow, Rice is favored. Wow.
Yep, and the over and under is 57.5.
Wow, because that's because normally Vegas has been pretty generous with us at home. They tend to see having to really like us and giving us a little bit more generous than us on the road. But yeah, this is gonna be a tough Rice team. I know they played Southern Cal, or I think the first game of the year, second game of the year, and that first quarter was actually kind of surprisingly close. So I don't know what they've done in conference, but they are.
Oh yeah, it was they were tied 7-7 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah. So this Rice team is definitely no slouch that's coming into Ruston here on Saturday.
And the according to ESPN, the Rice is 5-1 against the spread. So
wow,
that may be why they're favored slightly.
Yeah, they're tired of getting beat.
Yep. Yeah, I mean they're 3-3. Like I said, I looked at that weeks ago and thought, okay, yeah, it's a good homecoming game.
But
man, See, looking back at what Rice did last week, they beat they lost to Florida Atlantic.
Barely, that was like 17 to 14.
17 to 14. They actually they jumped out to a 14-point lead. It was 14-0 in the first quarter, and then they shut it down.
Just shut them out, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're definitely I don't know what Grubbs' status is for Saturday. I hope he's healthy enough to play, because we really need him as far as being our play caller on the defense side of the ball, because he is just he's a machine. He's a tackling machine. He gets all the guys lined up, and he definitely voids a lot of mistakes there, because he's just a really good football player.
Yeah. And I don't know. It looks like Rice is more of a running team as well. So hopefully we'll have him in there and can stop. Yeah, their quarterback only has 1,200 yards passing this year
through 6 games. So yeah, that's averages about 200 yards a game. So yeah, run defense definitely.
He's 10 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. So
so what that telling me is, if I'm Scott Power, let's play some man defense with our secondary, and hopefully, our front 7, front 8 can really get after and stop the run and make them a one-dimensional, to where they can throw it, since their quarterback does have a tendency of throwing some picks. So that's our first agenda: stop the run. If we can stop the run, and then that could make it a little bit easier for us to win.
And yeah, they've got a 500-yard receiver too. So let's see. And looking at statistically matching up, McNeil's got 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's done really well on the interception side.
Yeah, since the bye week. Since the bye week, he has definitely played a lot better than it was before those first 4 games. So I think he's starting to come around a little bit. He's starting to get a little bit more continuity with the offense as far as those receivers. So our receivers have been fine. We just got to get better at running the ball. That's our main concern, is being able to run the ball a little bit better, to ease up to where we're not having to throw over 400 yards every game.
Well, and they are giving up. They're giving up 154 yards a game rushing, and 191. Of course, we're giving up a lot more than that.
Yeah.
I don't know where we rank nationally, but right now we're giving up 263 yards rushing a game, and a total we're giving up 490.
Ooh, man,
that's rough.
That is, yeah. But 3 of those games where you got SEC team in Missouri, you got Clemson, and then South Alabama.
Yep.
South Alabama team. That team's really good.
Oh, yeah.
So those are 3 offenses that are, I bet they're in probably the top 40 in the nation, I would think, on offense.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's definitely going to be. We're definitely going to have our work cut out against Rice. When we thought it was going to be, a little bit easier, now it's going to be a little bit tougher, knowing that we're just a very inconsistent football team across the board.
Yep, absolutely. Let's look and see what some of the other teams around here are going to be doing. Let's see, ULM, who actually played South Alabama, it was a pretty close game. A lot closer than Tech did.
Exactly, yeah.
For sure. They're going to have Army. They're at
are they at West Point?
I believe that's what he said. Yeah. At Army. So that's 11 o'clock kickoff. So that should be a neat trip for them.
It should, yes.
And let's see. I'm not sure about Grambling.
They have homecoming, or was that last week?
Well, here we go. Let me look. Yeah, they've got Alcorn. I don't know if that's homecoming though. But yeah, Alcorn. It's a 2:00 kickoff, so it may be.
Kickoff.
Yeah. But Gremlins, they're struggling right now.
They are.
Definitely.
Yeah.
See, what are they? They're 1-6, 0-4 in conference.
Yeah, the I-20 teams are definitely having a tough year. But we're breaking in a new coach. So is Grambling. So it's one of those deals where, we just gotta keep getting better each week. Because Cumbie is using a lot of Skip Holtz's players. So
right.
Hopefully that can come gel a little bit easier to where we can get a little bit more consistent on both sides of the ball. But yeah, it's a tough year for us right now. We just got to keep chugging because Bill, we got some talent on both sides of the ball.
Oh yeah.
It's not like we don't have the players. We have the players. It's just learning his scheme, and hopefully everything can start gelling together going forward.
Yeah, I hope so. We've got a decent schedule, but we're definitely going to be tested. But we got to definitely got to get things together.
Because if we want to get bowl eligible, then we got to win this game. Because if we don't win this game, this is going to be really hard for us to be bowl eligible to get to that 6-6 mark.
And I was looking again. Okay, yeah, we have UAB at home. That's the last game of the year. That was
and that game may come down, and that game may be our 6th win that we probably need. And that's going to be, how those crowds are around Thanksgiving.
Of course, UAB and UTSA are going to be tough ones, but yeah, we can do it if we win this week and take care of the ones that we should.
Yeah.
But that we'll see.
Because there are some more wins out there. Southern Miss, I feel like that's going to be favored towards us. FAU, I feel like Florida International. I think that's next week or 2 weeks maybe or whatever that is. So I think that I think that is for sure a winnable game. FIU is just not very good this year.
Right. And that's is that on a Friday?
I think that is.
Yeah, that's Friday night at FIU. That's right.
So that is a winnable. I think we should win that game, but I think we got it. This is the huge one right here. I think this is going to tell us a lot about our season going forward. And if we're going to be able to get to that 6-win mark. So, because if you don't win this and then you start struggling, now it's okay. When do you bring out the Landry Liddy questions? When is that going to be a topic to where, okay, when do you play him? So, because right now he only has 3 games left to where he can play in to still not burn his eligibility. So, it'd be interesting to see. I think McNeil's still playing. He is playing pretty good right now. I feel like he's getting in a pretty good little rhythm. So, be interesting to see going forward.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing about you said that about Landry Liddy, as far as freshmen getting in, underclassmen getting in, Devontae Mosey from Jonesboro Hodge actually returned a kick.
Yep.
And I believe it was third quarter. Had a pretty good, I think, maybe a 30-yard return.
Yep.
So anyway, good to see that. Hate to,
it was.
Of course, he's got that's his first time to travel and his first game to get in. So, not in any danger of burning the red shirt just yet, but
yep.
And I'm assuming they're probably not going to burn his red shirt since he's, I think he's got a little growing to do. And it's
is
good
he
to get him
freshman?
He was playing down here last year. So
really,
so he's true freshman. So how'd Ruston do this weekend?
They dominated. They played Pineville. Pineville is, Pineville. So
Yeah.
we won 62-0. Just a very, just a very lopsided game. But, that's what we figured going down there. Pineville's just probably, by far the worst team in the district, probably one of the worst ones in 5A. But still, we had to go back there twice, back-to-back weeks. Ash last week, Pineville this past week. So now we got homecoming against West Washita. Then we wrap up with Washita, then West Monroe. So we should beat West Washita, but then the next 2 weeks are really going to be tough. But Washita and West Monroe play this Friday night. So that's going to be a very interesting game because I'm hearing a lot of good things about Washita. But yeah, it's homecoming for Ruston. So it's going to be a very busy weekend here in Ruston. The restaurants and hotels should be very, very excited for what this weekend is going to bring to the city. But yeah, we got 3 games left, and 3 schools over there in Washita Parish.
That's good. No more long road trips then.
Yep, that is good. Yep,
and should get a lot of fans at these next 3 games too.
That's right.
No matter where they are. Well, well, Jonesboro.
What about y'all?
Yeah, we went to Mansfield for our 2nd district game, and ended up losing 20-12, and it was tied 12-12 till pretty good into the fourth quarter, and then we lost there at the end. And it was a tight game all the way, but still a lot of sloppy play, a lot of arm tackling, or attempted arm tackling, I should say.
Yep.
And it's going to be basically impossible for them to make playoffs the way they are. Yeah, because they're at number 30 now in Division 4, and there's only 28 teams that because they have 4 byes in the first round. So it would take a small miracle. And I mean, I'm not going to say it can't happen because they went on a great run last year, but we don't.
Yep.
Like we talked about a few episodes back, I think all but one of their offensive touchdown or the players responsible for the offensive touchdowns, only one of those returned. 1 touchdown's worth.
Wow.
So all the scoring graduated.
Yeah, so there's been some growing pains on that side of the ball.
Absolutely.
So what is y'all's next 3 games? Are there some wins on the schedule or?
Yeah, there's wins, but it's next week we travel to Manny. This Friday night.
Yeah.
And Manny just beat down Winfield pretty good, 42-14. And that game was actually really close in the first half, and then Winfield, I think they're spreading the ball around in the first half and had success, but in the second half didn't throw it. Just I don't know if they thought they spread them out enough. They didn't have to, but that played right into Manny's hands because they scored 42. So we'll be going down to Manny this Friday, and hope to survive.
Have y'all played Winfield yet?
No, that's our last game. We go to Manny this Friday. Next Friday is homecoming against Lakeview, and then which that should be a win.
Yeah.
And then we will have Winfield here on the 4th, November 4th.
So Winfield might be the game to where you'll have to win that might put you on the playoffs. I mean, I'm assuming that's probably what's going to.
That's a possibility. I haven't looked at the I haven't looked at the PowerPoints to see what that would do for us. And it was kind of an interesting thing. Since we're playing in a 2A district, but we're going to be competing against the 1A, the way everything we're the only team in our district that is getting bumped down to Division 4.
Yep.
So,
Now,
technically we've been playing up,
correct.
For PowerPoints.
Yeah, because Ken Trahan comes on every Friday on Sports Talk 97.7. And that was one of the questions that was asked about that. He said, it's for that question right there is, will they be getting any team that's lower in the division playing a district opponent that's playing up or in the upper division? Will there be points for that for playing up? He said, yeah. So that is good for y'all.
I wonder if getting. Yeah, I wonder if they're taking that into consideration, or if they've got all that worked out in the PowerPoint systems yet. Because I haven't seen. I wish I'd heard him talk about that. But it's an interesting thing because what do you get? One more point for playing for every or however that works.
Whatever. Yep.
So I mean, we'll have 5 district games against higher class opponents.
Yep. But tell you what, that Division 4 is that's going to be no joke. I mean, Homer, Haynesville, Oak Grove. Yep. I mean, that's going to be a tough. I don't know where Kentwood is. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be in that Division 4.
They are.
But that's going to be that's going to be a that's going to be very interesting to see how Division 4 shakes out in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, and and Division 3 is I don't know much about Division 2. I mean, I don't keep up with them, but I mean, Division 1 is going to be loaded because Neville will be up playing in Division 1 as well.
Yep.
So this is going to be some good football this fall.
Oh yeah, it is
playoff time for sure.
Yep.
So all right, well, anything else we need to hit on, or you think we about got it wrapped up?
I think
we know tomorrow. I guess found out this afternoon the Yankees are going to be on the
coming
road
to Houston.
Houston right now. So
yeah, man, I was hoping that game went 20 innings today. I was hoping, just let it go to extra innings. I don't care who wins. But regardless, the Yankees are on a plane now heading to Houston, so hopefully that favors us. So I kind of like that, to where we are good and rested, and they are, playing a back-to-back. So
hopefully Verlander
has a better outing.
Cobwebs, get the cobwebs out.
And
there's got to be nothing worse than a starting pitcher when you're used to going every fifth game. All of a sudden you got 7, 8, 9, 10 days. I mean, that's those guys are, I mean, baseball players, they're superstitious, they're creatures of habit.
They are.
And when you mess with that, bad things happen.
Exactly. Yeah. But Verlander's a very, very competitive guy. So I feel like I think he's going to have a pretty good start. The thing we got to do is we got to get to the Yankees bullpen as quickly as possible, because that bullpen is not very good for them. So if we can get their starter out and make that bullpen work even more, especially early in the series, that's going to favor us.
Yeah. And man, I'm so excited about how good Lance McCullers looks.
Oh yeah. Looks really good.
And he is,
all that Tommy John surgery.
And he's fresh. He is so fresh. He's only thrown like 40 something innings.
Yep.
So
Yep. But man, Altuve's got to hit better. He was awful.
Oh my gosh.
In the ALDS, he's got to bring the stick. He if we need any shot to go to the World Series, Altuve has to bring a better bat.
I think Mancini too.
Yeah.
Mancini wasn't too hot, but man, good Lord, what do you say about Alvarez? Jeez.
Dude's a monster. I'm glad we already paid him, so we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, he is a game changer, and, man, he is so good.
I mean, I love seeing the fear. It reminds me of the when Pujols would come to bat against the Astros back in 2004 and 2005. And, it didn't matter, if it was Brad Lidge or Roy Oswalt or Roger Clemens
or Pettit.
It didn't matter. You just like, I think they're scared.
Yep.
Of course, he put, I think he put the one that Brad Lidge threw him in the Gulf. So
that thing's still going right now. It's still flying.
Oh, that I still wake up and sweats thinking about that.
Yep.
So, but man, I'm excited about tomorrow. Get it going.
Yep.
Hopefully,
I like our chances.
Yeah, I do too. And I tell you, I felt a lot better about it being the Yankees than Cleveland, because
In the Cleveland, yeah.
I don't know much about them. I mean,
Yep.
I hadn't seen them play, hadn't watched them, and that kind of team, it scares me. But
Yep.
and I was talking to Clay about this the other day. Another team that scares me is the Phillies, because they remind me of the Nationals.
Yep. Because they're just a team that can, that's gotten hot at the right time, and that's what the Nationals did. They just got hot at the right time, and so that's a team you don't want to face.
Barely get in the playoffs, and then just they got everything to live for.
Yep.
And they're tough. So hopefully San Diego will beat them up pretty good, or they'll just beat each other up, whichever way.
That's right.
So
let it go the distance. Just let it go to Game 7.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to. Us sweep in 4 and let them. Play on into
just
November.
Duke it out. Yep. Yep.
Absolutely.
I agree.
All right. Well,
all right.
I say go Dogs, and we'll
do it.
See you next week.
All right. Sounds good, Bill.